Hey folks, Brendan here from Bluelight with another video to help you if you are looking to succeed in the police recruitment process. So if you've got a final interview coming up, then chances are you're going to get asked questions about values. And in this video, podcast, I'm going to make sure that you are well equipped to be able to answer questions about values. I'm going to share with you a little bit as well about the sort of things that we cover in our one-to-ones and the webinars, the weekly webinars. You find all the links to those below. And so today I was doing some one-to-one coaching with a client, and I asked them the question, common question. I mean, I've been doing this now for 26 years, and this question crops up all the time, whether it be for promotion boards or whether it be for recruit candidate interviews, the final interview, the senior interview as it's sometimes called, depending where you are in the country. And the question goes quite simply like this. What value or values are important to you and why? That's it. Easy question, huh? No, actually it's quite a tough one, because I know there's books out there that give you guidance on this, and I know that your immediate thoughts will be things like integrity, because I've always believed in being honest and doing the right thing. Or you might say that you're a helpful person, you always want to help others. That's just the sort of person I am. I like to help others, and that's why I want to be a police officer, so I can help others. Generally what people give me is just a load of cliched nonsense, and the interviewers will listen to it as well and think, that's just a load of cliched nonsense. And so we need to do better than that. We need to tell them something about our authentic self, because anyone can come along and deliver those sort of answers, can't they? You read them in one of those books about how to join the police and just regurgitate them at the interview, and it tells them nothing about you, zero about you. And so today, one of my clients started off like that, and then we sort of said, no, come on, let's get to the real value that's important to you. And what they came up with was compassion. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, compassion, that's not in the values, in the competency and values framework. No, it's not. What's the other trap people fall into? Well, they must be looking for the values that police officers need to have, so I'll give them impartiality or integrity or transparency or the other one. I can't remember off the top of my head. Impartiality, integrity, transparency, public service. There you go. Now, if you just repeat that and simply repeat some of the phrases from the CVF, you're going to score really poorly, because you're not telling them anything about the real you. And so, what would you say? What do you think? Compassion, a value? I'd say it is. I mean, compared to the competency and values framework, where in some of those behaviors for the values, decision-making is a value. How does that happen? How is decision-making a value? So it's quite a loose definition as to what the values are. And let's bear in mind as well that the interviewers know just as much about the CVF as you do. How do I know that? Well, I work with serving officers. I help support them to get promoted all the way up to the rank of superintendent. I've not met one that understands the CVF. They tend to call that wheel in there, the wheel of confusion, because it just confuses them. It confuses everyone. I've met a few people who pretend that they know what it's all about. When I ask them questions about it, they'll explain why the values are at one level and the competencies are at 3. At a loss. Explain why decision-making is in the value of transparency and the value of impartiality, and also in the competency of analyze critically. They've only got 1 level when it comes to being a value, but decision-making's got 3 levels when it comes to analyze critically. It's the same decision-making. I know, confusing. So let's just focus on answering the questions in an authentic way. So my client today delivered this awesome answer. Oh my goodness. Towards the end of it, my eyes were all glassy. It was incredible. It was a story of how she developed the value of compassion for others. And I'm not going to share the actual example. I mean, that's for her to share one day if she wants to, but it was so powerful. Oh my goodness, it was so powerful. The thing is, her partner had told her, don't use that. No, don't use that. You can't use something like that. That's too personal. Well, that's what they want. They want that level of personal. So deliver that level of personal. Deliver that authenticity about you. The real authentic you in an emotional way. And this was emotional, oh my goodness. And then what we did is we looked at how we could translate that skill, that part of her character, into the role of a police officer. So we sort of forward paced it. We looked at the concept of the friendship to all that comes from the Peelian principles. So Robert Peel's principles, 1829, 9 principles to serve the police service, for police officers to think about in everything they do. And one of them is around offering a hand of friendship to all. And so we use that as well. And then we future paste it into certain roles, certain situations that you're going to come across as a police officer. And looked at how that level of compassion and how this individual delivers compassion to others would translate into their future role as a police officer. So we got the perfect answer. What value is important to you and why? Well, she described that. And then one step further into a recent example, and then one step further into how that would translate into her future role as a police officer in specific situations. So now she's got an amazing answer that will actually jump ahead one, because when they ask you that question, what values are important to you, or what value is important to you and why, the next question, because it's a bit of a trap this one, the next question is likely to be, so can you tell me about an example of a time when you've delivered that value? So you better have your ducks lined up, and you better be speaking from the heart, because you're going to be interviewed by someone like me, and I will tell whether you're BSing me. And if you are BSing me, I will get annoyed and I will fail you, because I can't see someone like you working on my team. So if you come out with the same old stuff, all the cliched phrases, then I'm just going to listen to you and think, I know nothing about you, you're going to fail. And that's how cutthroat it is, and that's the way it needs to be, because they are not just judging you, assessing you, evaluating you against a marking guide. They're also assessing you against the one competency, the one behavior that's not on their marking guide. And I think it goes like this. Can I see this person at 3 o'clock in the morning on my team, where everything's going pear-shaped, where I as an inspector am really struggling? The sergeants are just pulled in every direction. It's 3 in the morning. We started at 6 and no one's had any refs yet. There's a huge queue to get into custody. We've got officers at the hospital dealing with people who are suicidal. Every officer is working at 120% capacity. Can I see this person as part of that team? And if the answer is yes, they'll find a way to pass you. If the answer is no, they'll find a way to fail you. How do I know that? I used to be one. How do I know that? I know interviewers. They are not going to recruit you if they think that you're going to fall and crumble at that stage. So there you go, folks. Something about values. There's a lot more we can go into. The place to practice is with me, not on the day of your interview. Practice with me. Come and join me on the weekly webinars. This is where we practice. Get access to what must be about over 2 years worth of webinars now. Recorded webinars of other people practicing. Get access to 2 hours of one-to-one coaching with me, where I will really hone your skills and get you ready for the interview. Come and join me. Come and be part of that success story that's now 26 years old. Thousands of people have gone through my services and have succeeded. And that's why if you check the Trustpilot reviews below, you'll see that they are awesome. I'm so proud of achieving those amazing reviews. So thank you to everyone who's done a review for me. So there you go, folks. Values. I hope you found that useful. Come and join me, find out more. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye for now.